Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to do things a little bit different. Today, we're going full POV mode as I bring you along for the Sebring 12 hour. I'm going to explain some of the shots I'm getting and ultimately just kind of vibe. That said, let's get right into it. I start my day in the pit lane. Great focus on this shot, by the way. Not off to a good start, but the recon lap is basically they come in, they put new tires on, they do practice stops, and then they line up for the grid. I'm walking around kind of waiting for some of that to start happening. Obviously, insane light right here. I'm trying to get nice stuff with the fuel. I'm really thinking flare first in these shots. It's unlikely that I'll be back to the pit lane during sunset, so I can kind of fake this as sunset shots in some of the stuff that I'm making. You'll see I'm just moving back and forth, rocking back and forth, trying to get those flares. Then it was time for the GT car to do their practice stop, so I get in position here and wait for the boys to come off the wall. Again, I'm shooting shadow side, really trying to get nice flares. This light is just so good. Yeah, a really helpful stop again that I can maybe sort of fake as a sunset stop later. Then it was time for the Valkyrie boys. I noticed that Caleb didn't have his helmet on, so I was kind of focused on Tom, who puts the air jack in and then carries the tires. I didn't want to have Caleb without his helmet, so I focused on Tom. He swings around, and then I get a little bit tighter on the wheel gun as Caleb goes away. And this is a great shot of the front tire. Nick slamming that thing on. I also had a chest mount action cam on Nick for this. And again, just trying to cover my bases, getting as much content as I can for this stuff. I don't like to have the chest cam on during the race, so I do it on this because there are no stakes. As another example of that, I have it on his wrist for a practice stop earlier in the weekend. They're not in fire suits at this point in the weekend, so I get something a little bit tighter because you can't actually see that he's not in his fire suit a lot of the time. So again, I would never want to use these cameras during a live action session.
You cannot beat this light. I mean, look at this. Flares everywhere. It's good stuff.
Good morning, Greg.
Morning, mate.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
Then we try to catch Ross getting in the car, again, shooting shadow side, trying to get as much flare action as we can. I'm quite a fan of flares. I just, you don't get a lot of opportunity to shoot them, and we're not allowed to be on the pit lane like this during the race, so it's a good time to do it. Now it's time to get some of this activity started.
I'm gonna steal that shot.
And it's stolen. And it's gone. No, whatever Greg's doing, whatever you just did was stupid. I don't know what that was.
Connor, thoughts? Not with this one.
Oh,
That's kind of close.
I lined up here for what I thought was going to be a really great shot, a backlit smoke. I tend to like that, but whoever had their finger on the smoke button obviously overdid it here because you can't see anything. After a good laugh, thankfully they got it figured out and we were able to have some more normal driver introduction shots. I did, after I got one shot up close like that, I tried to run to the back so that I could have an alternate shot for some of my other drivers. You sit back here for a while. I wanted to involve the fans. It was a very highly attended race, so showing the fan engagement was important, and ultimately it was a cool shot. Try to mix it up like this a lot. I did a lot of other just sort of fan walk type stuff where you walk around. I wanted to make sure I told the boys good luck before the race. I always tend to do that. The UK boys are always a good time. Told the GT car, good luck. I'm telling Koji here I'm going to bring him an action cam a little bit closer to golden hour to put on his helmet. We have a couple cool shots that we're going to line up for that, but I'll show you those in just a bit. Tom wanted to have some hero shots, quote, like I get for the drivers.
Straight face though. Look at the camera.
Can you put me in the driver edit?
Hard.
Can you put me in the edit with the driver?
Absolutely.
Go from Roma to me.
Absolutely.
I wanted to get a nicely timed piece with the flyover, but it was a little behind here where I wanted to pan from these guys over to the flyover, but I had to stay on them because the flyover was a little bit late. But again, shooting shadow side, trying to get lots of flares. It's just, this light is just tough to beat. now it was pretty much go time. I put some of my sort of skin cancer preventer on, and I got to first turn where I wanted to shoot the start of the race. I'm shooting turn 1. I didn't have a car on pole or in great position for the start, so I just decided to do something a little bit more cliche. I did decide to shoot the start of the race in slow motion, you know, just in case there was a bit of action or a bit of runoff right here. I always love this time of the race. The energy's very high, and you know, all the cars are very tight together. So I shot around here for just a little bit in a mix of slow motion and then also regular speed. From there, I sort of worked my way around the track from the outside of turn 1. Now I'm on the outside of turn 5. And yeah, I just like to work my way around early in the race like this while the cars are all packed up. I really like this turn 3 shot. This is backlit, very extremely backlit and very tough light, but it does show a bit of grit and grime that you see on the cars already at this stage in the race. I spent some other time getting various shots here and there around the track. It's important to do that stuff early because you just never know if your cars are going to make it to the end of the race, so I tend to spend a lot of time at the front side shooting quite a bit. Then it was time for a delicious lunch, much needed. I spent some time blabbing to the camera, but this vlog ended up not working out, so that's why we're doing it this way. It was time to get back trackside now. I'm at the hotel turn 7, just getting various shots in a wide angle. Again, I'm shooting shadow side at this point. It's a bit of a theme for me lately. It does make things look a little more quote unquote cinematic. I find I definitely have to have a polarizer on the camera, but nonetheless, I do sort of tend to enjoy shooting shadow side. Went up top to shoot for a bit. I was doing a mix of slow motion and regular speed. I slammed my elbow into the thing here, and that's why it's all shaky like that. Then it was off to my favorite spot on the entire track, this entry into turn 17. It's probably the closest that you can get to the cars without any sort of fencing or anything, and the light was actually pretty good at this point. Then it was off to the pit lane to get a few shots, but then also to get my boys set up with an action camera, and you can see this is the kind of stuff they do. That notwithstanding, there are troopers for always doing this for me. We had this really cool sort of bug eye view of Koji as he was doing a full stop. Again, I told him earlier in the race I was going to be back closer to golden hour. The light here is just crazy good, and it's just a really unique camera angle for something like this. I actually haven't seen other people do this very much, and I really liked the view in his visor. I thought that was pretty neat. After that, I headed out to turn 17. I wanted to get some slow-mo of the cars going over the bumps. It's one of the more iconic sections of the track here at Sebring, so you always got to make sure you hit this spot. After that, it's my favorite time of day. It's time to shoot some flares yet again during golden hour. Love underexposing golden hour. I like the silhouetted look like this when I'm shooting back towards the sun, and this spot at Sebring is just one of the best in the business. As you can see, it's a popular spot. This is not unique. The entire basically media room was over here. After that, it was back to the pit lane. This is an example of a shot that didn't quite work out the way I wanted. I wanted to have sort of the Aston logo right in the middle, but that was hard to achieve, so didn't quite work out. I didn't end up using this in the end, but it was kind of cool. Then I threw a macro lens on the front of my DJI Action 5 and got Koji's eyes because he was wearing a sort of semi-transparent visor. I thought this was really cool. It's a bit different than the one that we saw earlier. If I could do it again, I would put black tape over the front screen. I didn't think about it. You can kind of see it in his visor there. Just something I didn't think about, but I like the macro lens. I like this view quite a lot. While I was on the pit lane, I got some flybys of the car going down the front straight. I really love how fast they're going here. Some of the sounds they make are just so good right here. Then it was back out trackside to turn 7. I was doing a day to night transition here, so I had to go back to the spot I was at earlier. Here's an example of the completed project for something like that, just for reference. Ultimately, teams love this kind of stuff, and so I always try to include it. I was doing a second version back at that entry into turn 17, and so that's why you see me back here again. Again, I love this spot, so I end up standing here for far longer than I should. The end of the race came pretty quick. I, at that point, was out of battery in the action cam, so you don't get a POV, but we got second, so we got some various shots of the guys celebrating. We had lost the lead on the last lap, so people weren't super excited or anything, but pretty standard stuff. And then off to the podium, of course, to get the champagne spray. And ultimately, that's sort of 12 hours packed inside of 10 minutes. So it is a bit taxing. Like I said, I had originally planned a vlog and it just didn't work out. I just wasn't feeling it that day. So this is a bit of a different way to try to make something out of that. If you like this type of version where I just talk through some of the shots and would like me to get even more detailed in the future, feel free to let me know. I also had this happen, which is not an ideal way to end. I sat there and complained about it. But if you like something like this and you want to see more, let me know. Hit that like button. If you're interested in becoming a motorsport videographer, you should join our members page. We have frequent live streams on there where we talk a lot more about the business side. And yeah, like I said, hit the buttons and that lets me know you want to see more. We have a busy June coming up, obviously, with Le Mans. I have a lot of cool plans for that. But until then, we will see you in the next one.